And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another gym battle in Pokemon. This is Blaine, the fire gym leader. Once again, Cinnabar Island completely blown up, so he's now within the Seafoam Islands. You know, the very condensed Seafoam Islands, and we have a gym battle going against him. 3 Pokemon, very simple to go against if you have the right type advantage, like with every other gym leader. We're going to start off with I think it's Magcargo. Yeah, Magcargo. I used to always call it Macargo, which it could be the way we pronounce it, but I seriously doubt it. But it's a Magcargo. Curse, Smog, Flamethrower, and Rock Slide, level 45. Being part fire and part rock, water type is going to blow it out of the winds every single time. Who's next? Throwing out his Magmar, level 45. Thunder Punch, Fire Punch, Sunny Day, and Confuse Ray. Biggest move that he has in his arsenal, and the fact that he goes first, is Sunny Day, strengthening all fire-type moves and lowering all water-type moves, meaning that this Surf is only going to be at about half power going against it. I believe it does cut power in half and doubles, either doubles or increases your power by half, something like that. Because Fire Punch, as you're going to see, especially because of the fact that it is a fucking critical hit, it's going to do a lot of damage. But having the Surf advantage still is really good. However, we will not be able to keep Lapras out for the next Pokemon, because with Sunny Day and the fact that Lapras is both Ice and Water, being normal effectiveness, Rapidash would blow me out of the water, especially at level 50, so we're going with Quagsire in order to use Earthquake to finish it off. But this Rapidash level 50, extremely high, very quick, very fast. Quick Attack, Fire Spin, Fury Attack, and Fire Blast. Fire Blast being one of the most powerful fire-type moves. I believe by Gen 2, they lowered down the chance of it hitting to 70%, as well as Blizzard and Thunder. But if it does hit you, not only is it 120 damage, but there's also, I think, at least 50% chance of it burning you as well. And whenever you're burned, your regular attack stat gets dropped. Not sure by how much, but it does. So Fire Blast is a very good move if you ever really want to use it. But again, for me, I'm not one that likes to go for it because of the fact that there's only a 70% chance it's going to hit. And unless there's a 100% chance it's going to hit, I usually tend never to use it. I don't like the chance of not hitting my opponent, giving them a free shot. That's kind of how I am with all RPGs, not just Pokemon. So in Gen 1, it used to be Thunder was 70%, I believe. Fire Blast was 80%, and Blizzard was 9%. So I would use Blizzard because 9% chance, there's a very good chance it's never going to miss, especially with a really good chance of always freezing your opponent. But when it went to Gen 2, I believe is when it lowered it down to 70% for all of them, and that's kind of when I stopped using Blizzard, Thunder, and Fire Blast, because again, I don't like giving my opponent a free shot and me not being able to hit them back. It just doesn't really work that well, especially when going against certain Pokemon, where not having one hit could be the deciding factor of a whole entire Pokemon battle. You kind of want moves that are going to hit it no matter what. That's just the way it goes in my eyes. A lot of people feel very differently about it. They much rather have the most powerful attack, even if it is a smaller chance of hitting, but I don't go for it that way. For the rest of route number 22, which is the one that I do believe we are on, obviously no stats, because I went through the stats in the last video. If you happen to miss it, go back and check it out, because the stats in the last video also cover out this region that I'm in right now, the final region. Yeah, go figure. After doing this gym leader and finishing out all of route number 22, I would have ventured all points except for 2 of Kanto. So that just shows how close we are to being done with this game. And honestly, it's about time. This game has been going on for about a year and a half, 2 years now, and it's about time that I did something else that did not involve using a Visual Boy Advance for a while, because that was probably one of the most painful things I had to go through. Because they're just all the freezes and doing post-commentary. It doesn't work with me. I love live commentary. I hate post-commentary. I'd love to do all this live, but I just can't with my slow laptop and just the fact that Visual Boy Advance likes to freeze a lot. The commentary just doesn't work that way. Don't believe me? Go check out Dragon Ball Z Boost Fury, where I get frustrated and see how bad the commentary is there. Or even my very first one, of Metroid Fusion, on certain parts where the game lagged for like a split second, and before you know it, my commentary was nowhere near in sync. So, you know, that's kind of just what happens. And again, it's not Visual Boy Advance, it's more because of my laptop. It has trouble doing these things. It really does, you know. I mean, it tries, but there's only just so much that it can do. Anyways, I Pidgeot out for the rest of route number 22 because Pidgeot was the lowest level in my party. And again, I'm trying to get all my party to be evenly leveled to have an evenly shot against anyone that I do go up against. Because if Pidgey was like only about level 25 right now, I'd be pretty screwed in, you know, later battles where, you know, I would need a flying type advantage, whatever it may be. And I know a lot of people are thinking, well, still, even right now, why did you stick with Pidgeot? There's so many other different types that are better that you can go out and get out there. Yes, I know, but Pidgeot is very special to me. It was the very first Pokemon I ever got to level 100, the very first shiny Pokemon I ever got, and it was the very first Pokemon I ever caught, you know, when I played Pokemon Gold for the first time. I caught a level 2 Pidgeot and raised it all the way to level 100. Well, caught a level 2 Pidgey, raised it to a level 100 Pidgeot. And it just, you know, Pidgeot, and Pidgeot are always going to have a special place in my heart when it comes to Pokemon. So I figured when I did this one, I'd go ahead and, you know, catch another one and not use it as a taxi bitch. You know, actually use it in full effectiveness that I could. You know, and, you know, I know that one of it, you know, a lot of the types that are weak to flying, I got better types to get it, you know, bug and grass, I've got fire, fighting, I've got psychic, you know, I've got, you know, having steel wing isn't really going to help me all that much because I can use, you know, things that steel's good against. I can use fire. Well, no, not really. I can mainly use water and all that stuff. You know, I could have substituted a flying type for, you know, a dark type, a grass type, any other type. But, you know, the fact of the matter is, if I'm going to have a Pokemon that's going to be flying me from place to place, I want it to be well adapted into what everything else it can do. And I just freaking love Pidgeot. Sue me, bite me, hate all of you. Good God. Stop questioning me like this. Even though no one really is. Sorry about that. Anyways, boy, there's really not much else to say because, once again, you know, all the stats are done. I went through every single stat throughout all of Kanto except for 2 more regions, and I have very little stats left as far as Johto goes with the Whirl Islands. And it's just more of trying to get this game done. And I don't know how many more parts it's going to take. Because originally this part was going to be 2 separate parts put in together, but that would have made a 20-minute video, and I usually try and keep it from going that long unless it's for a specific reason, kind of like the Elite Four, where I did that 40-minute of nothing but the Elite Four, with no commentary. That was a little bit different. But usually if I am able to keep it from going up to 20 minutes, I do everything I can. I usually try and keep it between 10-15 minutes as best I can nowadays. If you look into my earlier works, obviously with Metroid Fusion, when I first did that, that was back when 10-minute uploads was the limit, and so I always had to keep it under 10 minutes, so it's all going to be like 7 minutes and whatnot on that one. But then if you watch Boo's Fury, I do have some that go up to 20 minutes plus because, you know, I put in a lot together, and I thought that was around a good lengthy time. And then after a while I realized, you know, it's probably a better idea to go with 10 minutes to 15 minutes, you know, try not to go that much lower unless you know there's no big deal, or that much higher unless it's no big deal. Like the next one, you know, this one goes on for about 11 minutes or so, and the next one I thought would only take me like 4 minutes. It'll be a good 15-minute part, 2 gym leaders in one, but the gym leader took me about 7.5 minutes. You know, that's about 18, 19, almost 20 minutes hitting right there. And so I figured, you know what, 7.5 minutes for 1 gym leader, there you go. You know, it's a really, you know, going against Blue is a pretty fun battle, because he's the only gym leader right now, or probably the only gym leader in history. I know some of the Elite Four later on have multiple types to go against, but, you know, Blue...
Fuck yeah, Seeking! Yeah, Seeking!
Blue was the first one that was like, hey, you know, I'm a leader. You know, first he was the first champion and one of the only champions that, you know, until Generation 4 to have varying types and not just one. And as far as I know, I'm not really that good on Gens 4, 5, and now upcoming 6. The only gym leader to have a varying type list. That's what makes it such a really good battle. And because of that, you know, the battle does take a while, you know, up to about 7-8 minutes. So, you know, I figured I have that as just a whole entire separate video itself because it's a really good battle. You know, I remember the first time I played against Blue, but, you know, back when I first played this game, all I had was my Pidgeot and not really anyone else. So I kind of did get my ass handed to me by Blue. And everyone else, really. God, it took me who knows how many times to beat Lance the first time using nothing but a Pidgeotto. I think around that point I did have a Pidgeot, though. Yeah, it was like a level 40-something Pidgeot. But trying to use Pidgeot for the whole entire Elite Four, I mean, you can only imagine how hard that was and how many times it took me to finally beat Lance. But I did it! I did it! I don't know how, but I did it! I might have had a Typhlosion with me at the time, too, but that's all I can remember, you know. When I first played this game, I didn't really have that many types with me, you know, so I was always at a bit of a disadvantage, because I just thought, I don't know why, I thought Pidgey and Pidgeotto and Pidgeot was the coolest looking fucking Pokemon ever, and so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna use this thing, and that was stupid. But enough being down memory lane. We're actually almost done here. This is the last trainer we're going against in route number 22. And once you do go around this way, I'm not exactly sure what triggers it. It's probably after you defeat the Snorlax. But earlier in Fuchsia City, I think that's how you pronounce it again. I'm sorry if I butcher it. I just do not care. If you were to go southward towards route number 22, you know, they'll say that there is a wreckage and a blockade because of it. I'm assuming that after you deal with Snorlax, that it stops that, because when you go north here on route number 22, the blockade is done with, and I don't know what triggers that. If it's either the fact that you took care of Snorlax, if it's because I beat Blaine that triggered it, but as you can see now, we're able to go up through it no problem, you know, when beforehand you couldn't. And so, you know, again, if anyone knows what triggers it, I mean, it doesn't really matter, but it was just kind of interesting. That's one thing I completely forgot, is that after a while it does open back up. But that's it for this, ladies and gentlemen. See you guys next time.